Hello, I'm live again. This today only in YouTube, but here I go. Cool. I'm all set up now, and yeah, everything's cool. Now, have I lost my pen? It's amazing how much fiddling around it is just to get started on a live stream. What there? You think I would put it somewhere intelligent? Anyway, what can I do? Because I'm wedged in here. I wonder if I... Oh no, that one is my good one. Oh, thank goodness. This is gripping live broadcast here. Okay. Well, I hope everyone's doing well. Gonna have some coffee before I get going here. I have got the house for the background of page 1 and 2 of the Elijah Crumpet Kids book, but it's also page, I think it might be page like 23, 24, something like that. I'll just get on here so I can see my comments here as well. There it is, going live. Be cool if it's using that nice... Oh yeah, that's my new thumbnail design. Hopefully you like it. I might deal with volume. Yep, no, volume's good. Yeah. A bit of mucking around to get things started. But here I am. It's all good. Now, where do I want that one? Might as well turn this down and save my battery on the laptop. That's been issues in the past. Hello, somebody's here. Somebody else is watching, unless it's me. Hi, how you going? I am illustrating background of page 1 and 2 of the Elijah Crumpet Kids book here. It fits better if you put it sideways because it's got the center of a book, the spine of a book running through the middle. Couldn't think of that word, the spine of a book. That's what I got going on there. So I'm just adding some fine detail here. Green paint, green lines, and just to kind of, because this is going to be zoomed quite a bit. So I want a little bit of detail in here. Now, looks like I've got some, yes, pressure dynamics and velocity dynamics on my phone selected, which has caused that line to go a bit weird just then. That gives me a much more consistent line now. I'm going to give myself a bit more brightness this end. It's quite bright in the car. And yep, that gives me a good edge there. Do the edge of the window. Now, So yesterday I went on Twitch as well, just because I could. Today I'm just going on YouTube for reasons that it's simpler to monitor comments on one, because the weird thing with Prism Live Studio is there is the ability to monitor comments on all the platforms, all in the one place. You know, you think that would be lovely and it would be easy, but it'd be okay if it worked, but it doesn't work. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing, but yeah. So to be able to monitor comments on Twitch, Periscope, and YouTube at the same time, I kind of need all of those open. And you know, there's enough to manage doing the drawing and streaming at the same time without monitoring comments on 3 channels. That's kind of thing you need kind of someone helping you out with if you're actually going to get any drawing done. Yeah, but today I'm going to try and do what I have suggested in the past and record a bit of audio for the podcast. I've got a couple of things I just wanted to talk about, so you know, might be a bit of audio for the podcast as well. So because I've been neglecting that poor podcast. Well, I'm basically trying to find the perfect system to create content, and I think the perfect system is, you know, doing lives is really good. Now I need that edge there. I'll do an edge around the door as well. And you notice, so on a lot of YouTube channels and podcasts that I listen to, you'll often see the topic come up of, you know, my perfect morning routine, you know, how to get everything done perfectly like me, because I have the ultimate morning routine. It seems to be that kind of everyone with, I just got to check that message and then I'll get right back to you. Hold that thought. Now get onto Prism, get it back here. Network connection unstable. I should have notifications off. It's just hard to concentrate when I've got messages coming. Here we go. Ah, yes. There we go. And we'll head back to yeah, so everybody's got this thing about having the perfect morning routine, and you know, whether it be on a podcast or a YouTube channel or something like that, you know, it seems to be the cure for everything, a perfect morning routine. Apart from a coffee, that's a good start for a perfect morning routine. So I thought I'd get in on the act and have a perfect and you know, anyone with kids like me would know that a perfect morning would be not being woken up by your kids jumping all over you, pulling your beard, and saying, "Wake up, Daddy, wake up." So it's really hard because what I've been doing with the illustration is I've been tending to stay up late, get the kids to bed, stay up late, and get a whole heap of work done, and then go, oh shit, it's 2 o'clock, oh shit, it's 3 o'clock, go to bed for a few hours, and then get woken up by the kids. And being woken up by the kids doing that kind of stuff is not the best way to wake up. It kind of puts you in a bit of a grumpy mood for the day. And so I've been trying to figure out if there's a better way to do this. And you know, and the kids. So when they get up at 6 a.m., it doesn't leave much room for a morning routine. But okay, so I've got an extreme morning routine, you could say. A morning routine which starts at 2:30 a.m. And you think, well, how much sleep do I actually get? Well, I am getting 7 hours sleep. So that's right, I'm getting to bed at 7:30. I go to bed when the kids go to bed, and mainly because you get to the end of the day, running around, um, being a dad, all that kind of stuff, running around after the kids, maintaining the house, all that kind of stuff is really, really exhausting. So by the time you get to the end of the day, you just go, you want to go to bed too when the kids go to bed. So I listen to that and go, well, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed as well. And so I actually use the bedtime app for Apple phone, and so yeah, it tells me I should probably be going to bed now at 7:30, and gets me up at 2:30, which is, and it's actually been really good. It's really working well. So what I do when I wake up is I've been doing this thing. Ever since I saw a video on YouTube about Wim Hof. Yes Theory did a video called The Iceman. I think it was called The Iceman, something like that. If you look up Yes Theory and Wim Hof, you'll see the documentary, and he's got all this stuff about breath work and cold exposure, and I've been doing a bit of the cold exposure, not much, but I've been doing the breath work, and it makes you feel really good. And so I've been doing that, wake up and do that, because it's best to do that on an empty stomach as well. And it pretty much leaves you buzzing, full of energy. We do that breathing, Wim Hof breathing. And, you know, mix in with that a bit of yoga and a bit of meditation. And so I do that for about 3. And it's, you know, it's weird. Everyone's in bed and I'm up doing stuff, but it's good. I actually don't have kids climbing all over me while I'm doing it. And then I go, you got to go for your coffee then. And just having a look at this image here, it's looking really good. I think I've got a few more shadows to do, and then I will start adding some characters to this. But I think pretty much for background of page 1 and 2 of the Elijah Crumpet Kids book is done, so just going to be adding some more shadows. And then I'll be putting some characters. So then I go for my coffee, and there's nothing amazing there, just just coffee, which is amazing in itself. And now that one, and that's when the idea is to write my blog. And a blog, I'll kind of start off with by just doing some bullet points on the podcasts and stuff that I've been listening to during the day, and just kind of flesh out some ideas and stuff that I've been thinking about. And also from the live that I've had that day, I'll start to finish a blog post. Now, a blog post, you think, well, a blog post doesn't have to be a giant article. It just has to be, and for me, my blog is kind of like my learning. Like, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm learning things during the day, I'll write about it in a quick blog post at night, and by me writing it down, I'll kind of learn it myself, and I happen to be sharing it too, so it kind of works well. And that kind of blog works well in Instagram. It's just kind of like a couple of paragraphs about what's going on in your day, and a few things you're thinking about and stuff that you've learned. So I start off by doing that, because when I'm drinking coffee early in the morning, that's when my head is really geared towards writing. And once I've done that, I go, we're at about 3:30, then we'll go to illustrating, and I'll be doing this kind of illustrating using Adobe Draw, Adobe Illustrator, and give myself 2.5 hours work before the kids wake up, basically. So that sets me up really good. If I've done that in the morning, I feel really positive. By the time the kids wake up, and when they'd normally be waking me up, they wake up and say, "Hi, Dad, you're up?" "Yeah, no." Get on with the day, and there's no bad mood. Don't start the day in a bad mood, because I've been up for ages, and I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling hyped because I've been doing the work that I love before everybody else gets up. So I feel like I've been productive. So that basically puts me in a good mood for the start of the day. Then I put, this has been a big thing for me, I get my phone and I put it on charge, I put it away, I hide it, because that's family time then, and family time I don't want to be looking at my phone. So put the phone away, and that also puts me in a good mood. And do all the breakfasty kind of things, all that kind of stuff, and that takes me to about 9 o'clock when I'm leaving for my day of work. And when I hit my day of work, that's when I jump on the podcasts. I'm a big fan of podcasts, and listen to 1 or 2 of those. Not too many. I might even just listen to one and get the gist of what that podcast is about, and think about how it applies to what I'm doing. And that's when I'll pull up and get my coffee on the way to work, and I'll kind of jot down some bullet points. And this is what I'll talk about the next day in the live, and then it'll become a blog post. So it's my research and development time, if you like, while I'm driving to work. So that works really well. And Not by 9:30, I get to where I am now. I do my Sketchy live, set up for that, and going live is, so I've given myself like a bit of about an hour's worth of production time during the day, where I'm drawing, recording video, doing a live, recording audio for podcasts, and all of that stuff. So in that hour during the day, when I'm not lawn mowing, that is, I'm being as productive as I can, and creating as much kind of, hopefully, interesting stuff as I can. That might be helpful for others kind of trying to do the same thing I am, trying to get a successful career doing creative work, artwork, while at the same time, doing your day job and having kids and having no time. So the Sketchy Live is really cool, and that's when you get to, catch up with your community and that. And as you can see, my community is pretty small, but I do get a few occasional people on, and it's really awesome to chat. Even just one person on your live to chat to while you're drawing and while you're talking about your podcast subject and stuff like that is a really cool thing to do. I really love it. And so after the live, the plan is then to put out all the links to the live, so the replay of the live on YouTube, so hopefully people will go check out the full live there. But then I'll pretty much break it down into, I'll break out the audio out of a live recording, and I'll also break out the main video, and that way I can create a short video if it's appropriate, if it works, and then the audio for the podcast as well. So I'll get that all that kind of post-production done after that. So that's kind of between 10:30 and 11:30, kind of that post-production stuff after the live. So then 11:30 is when, 11:30 I go out and do all my lawn mowing jobs. So that's my day job kind of thing. I mean, I know this isn't going to work for everyone, but I've created my own work, my day job, basically because nobody would give me a job. So I thought, well, I can mow people's lawns, and so that's what I'm doing, and be my own boss still, mowing other people's lawns. I suppose they're technically my boss, but and then on the drive home, it's kind of my scheduled time where I kind of, well, before the drive home is when I make my phone calls. Once a day I'll return the phone calls, because if you're just answering the phone all the time, willy-nilly, then you're working on someone else's timeline. But if you're calling back on your timeline, then that makes life a lot easier, if that makes sense. It was a bit of a Tim Ferriss thing I learned from the 4-hour work week. And then kind of like home time, dinner time is between 5 and 7, and then again I just kind of put the phone away and concentrate on family stuff. Go to bed. It'll be go to bed when the kids go to bed, and I'm kind of planning my social posts to be kind of like 9:30, 3:30, 9:30, 3:30. So I'm kind of covering a 24-hour period. But the 9:30 p.m. when I'm actually asleep is when I think I'll be posting the podcast, and I can schedule the podcast as well as schedule the social links to that podcast. So so all that can happen while I'm having a nice sleep. Not bad. So that is actually really working for me right now. But essentially I'm still getting 7 hours sleep, so there's no reason why it shouldn't work. And it's good. I start the day off a lot more positive, and no matter what happens during the day, I've actually felt like I've gotten something done. Whereas when you wake up with the kids, kind of you're constantly playing catch up then. So that is my morning routine, and I think I just recorded a podcast. It'll be interesting to see how it sounds on the podcast. I need to do some signal, like a clapper board, and then I can cut that bit of audio out of there. But I've been quite pleasantly chatting away with no one here. Be good to record one with someone here. Well, this veranda is looking nice. If I do a bit of bigger eraser here. And I might get a bit under, so I've got a bit of shadow on the back of the rails. I've got the sun kind of top right here. As you can see, the shadow of a veranda window cover here. As well, topping along there. Get that happening. Now I'll just pop in the YouTube studio as well, just make sure there's no comments popped up there. Yeah, no, that's all cool. Giving me how long I've been going for. Doesn't really give me how long I've been going for there. Oh yeah, 28 minutes, there we go. So let's get a bit of shadow under this veranda, well, eaves. They call them eaves. Some eave shadow. Oh, I'm low battery already on the laptop. I wasn't full battery to start with, so that's a shame. Happens sometimes. So we got shadow under there. What are we looking at? Well, I better end the stream there. I'll keep drawing, and catch you maybe tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. The house is looking pretty good. House is looking nice. Going to be a nice little back